You want more water? Okay, we'll leave it there then. Hi, welcome to my channel, Talking Katero. Today is August 7th.
I need more water.
Thursday, 2025. So bring me your cup. So this is my second video of the day. I have one already posted, so go watch that one. So before I get started, I want to remind anyone that's watching that these messages are not going to resonate with everyone, and that's okay. If they resonate with you and give you clarity, great. If it does not, then don't force it to be your story. Oh, these are habaneros I picked from my garden. Fresh habaneros. Well, you gotta be careful because habanero peppers are really, really hot. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Also, I finished my book, and it's on Amazon. There's two options, soft cover, hardcover. I haven't decided on whether or not to do it as an ebook, but, you know. But, yeah, this is my book. Major Arcana by Naomi. I'm Naomi. This is my book. This one is not for sale. This is just a proof copy. Alright, so that's why it says not for resale. This is just the proof copy. It's just like, I'm supposed to like look through it and say, oh, there's whatever, right? So, this is it. Go buy my book on Amazon. For softcover, I think it's like $14.44. For hardcover, I think it's like $15.55. Yeah, go buy my book. It's a love story. It's a fantasy romance. It's not for children. It's for mature audiences. Okay, that's how I wrote it. So that's how it is, and that's how it's gonna stay. So I wrote it that way. Okay, it's kind of steamy. So keep that in mind. Okay, if you buy it and then you decide to read it in public or whatever like that, it's not too bad, but it will make you blush. But it's my book. I wrote it. I'm so excited. I love it. I'm proud of it. Okay, I can't wait to do more. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start pulling cards. So hopefully this is a semi-quick reading. Huh? Yeah, but you gotta blow it quick because I think it's gonna pop. You see?
Huh?
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, also, I've been seeing a lot of the commercial for Universal Yums, and I know I said I wanted to try it, and I saw this like a couple months ago, but the Greek box looks really good, and then I think it's the Portuguese or the Colombia box, that looks really good. Like, I love snacks. So, yeah. So I definitely want to try the Colombia one in the Greek box, because they give you an option of which box to start off with first. So, because when I first checked it out, it was available. When I checked it out again, it wasn't. So I'm hoping third time's a charm. We'll see. I'm not really too hung up on it. Yeah, so today's energy, it feels very clean, that was earlier. I'm getting also accomplished. Okay, very clean, very accomplished. It's like as if everything that needed to be done has been done. Okay, but don't get complacent. Okay, let's see what comes out. Reverse. Official person, reverse. I'm here. Reverse. Somebody could be trying to like take back something that was said, something that they said. I'm kind of like recanting their story. But the reason why it's very, very important, right, is because, so I feel like, I don't know if you know this, but in the court of law, when there's like a trial and going on, right, and they say something, the witness or whatever who's on stand, they'll say something, right? And when you first get sworn into the trial or whatever, you always swear on the Bible, like, you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, right? And then you have your hand on the Bible and you say, I swear, right? Something like that, right? So that's why when you are in court, like, you have to, like, tell the truth, right? It's law. However, in this situation, someone who they said something, let's say in a court of law, like hypothetically speaking, for the sake of the story, right? They said something in a court of law, and because of what they originally said, it held weight because it was, you know, everybody, they swore to tell the truth, right? So whatever lie that they said, they presented that lie as the truth. It was already taken as like, oh wow, okay, right? It was taken with like, it wasn't taken as a grain of salt. It was taken as something like really important. So here's the thing though. Whoever this person is, whatever they said in courts, they swore to tell the truth, but they told a lie. But now they are recanting their story. So now they're saying that the truth that they told was actually a lie. And that's why it's a really, really big deal. All right? Because now it's like, well, you said this was the truth in court. You swore on this. And now you're saying your truth was a lie? That's very concerning. Okay? It's very concerning. It's a big deal. So, that's what's going on. Someone who swore... I've also been seeing a lot of helicopters and airplanes, like little airplanes, but also helicopters. And I think I hear one right now in the sky. So, anyways, so that's what's really going on right now. This could be an official person reverse, a lawyer or an eyewitness or whatever, and now they're being seen as like unreliable because of something that they said. But you said this was true, and you swore this was the truth. But now you're saying that the truth that you spoke in court was actually a lie. Okay? And I only feel like the reason why they are now recanting is because they're realizing, oh, this is serious. Whatever they said, right? Whatever lie that they were trying to pass off as truth, right? They're realizing this is serious. Something's getting serious. So I really need to... I have to tell the truth. Alright, so there's official person reverse. That's kind of like, they're like shitting bricks right now because they're realizing something isn't a game. I just seen 747. Something isn't a game, and they can't be like just saying anything and saying it's the truth, because there's weight behind that now. There's, okay, well, if you're saying this is the truth, now we have to go investigate. Now we have to go figure it out. Right? It's like that. Right? So it's kind of like, you know what's interesting? I was seeing briefly. I didn't watch the documentary or anything like that. But I think it was on Hulu. I was on Hulu. And it was like this woman who was like, who passed herself off as having cancer, right? She told her friends or family, and then turned out she didn't have cancer, and it was like this whole thing. I read the block briefly. I didn't watch the documentary or whatever. But it's something like that, right? Like if, let's say hypothetically speaking, someone said you had cancer, or someone said they had cancer. People are going to be like, doctors are going to be investigating, blah, blah. Friends and family, they're going to want to know who, what, when, where, why, what's going on, right? Hypothetically speaking, we're using cancer as, right? Because it's serious. It's something like that is serious, right? That's not something to be hee-hee-ha-ha saying that you have it and then not expecting anyone to, like, want to know what's going on, chemotherapy, this and this and that, right? It's something that was said was very, very serious that they lied on. And now they want to recant that. Whether it's about health, I'm hearing whether it's about a shooting, whatever the case it is, I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit of all of it entwined, right? Someone could have lied and said that your health was bad, right? Hoping that that would manifest. So when they came across to the opportunity that they thought they had to unalive you, they would just chalk it off to your bad health. But where is the bad health? Is the bad health in a room with us? Right? Where's the bad health? So now... There's a I just seen 936. So now things are getting serious, okay? It's not a laughing matter. It's not a joke anymore. Okay? I gotta get a different drink now. This one's like mold down. Hold on, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Okay, So yeah, that's that. Also, this is my book. Go buy my book. I'm really proud of this. I like the story. I really, really like the story. It's called Major Arcana. You're going to have to give the algorithm a little bit before you can, like... I think in the meantime, you're going to have to use the direct link. Just because it takes time for, like, new things on Amazon to, like, I don't know, gain its algorithm or whatever. It's just... Right? I'm gonna get 2. Family Room on the Fence. It came out again. This actually came out just like this earlier. Family Room on the Fence. It came out again. Just like this, it came out earlier. I just repeated that twice, but whatever. Bad health reverse. I told you. Is the bad health in here with us? Where is the bad health? Is it in the room with us? No, it's not. Reverse, 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 reverse. You know, I used to dislike my brain so much, but now I've actually grown to appreciate my brain.
I need my water.
You need more water?
But like this.
There you go.
Who starts it?
I'm waiting for you.
Just start.
I've already, it's not even paused. Okay, so. Family Room on the Fence and Bad Health in Reverse. This could be the health of your family. I'm getting 4th house energy. 4 of Wands energy. That's Aries, Cancer, 4th house, right? You know who you are. You could be a mother, or you could be a father, or this is like the relationship between a mother and a father. It's pretty good. Okay. I'm getting more like divine mother, divine father kind of energy. Like the relationship between the two is good. It's healthy. There's a healthy relationship between two people, or between a family dynamic, or because of your good health, your good standing health, right? You know how to maintain a good family dynamic. Whether this is you and your dog, you and your cat, you and your person, your children, you by yourself, whatever. It's, you know, it's a family unit, whatever. It's that 4th house energy, but I'm also getting 4 of Wands energy. Right? Very cozy, relaxing, celebrating, marriage, union, foundation, families, nurturing, right? It's a lot of that energy. I'm also getting, because if I'm not mistaken, 4 of Wands is the Aries energy. You know who you are as your role as a mother, or your role as a father, or divine feminine, divine masculine, right? There's nothing wrong with your health. And a lot of it, I feel like it's mental health. Because you know who you are, your health, it's to be honest, okay. It's more about mental health. Because your mental health is good, this family room energy is maintained. It's balanced out. I'm getting inquiring minds want to know. So there could be a lot of curious people want to know about what's going on inside your family room, your family home, your home, your relationships, what you're celebrating, how you're celebrating. All right. If you're a mother, how you're mothering. If you're a father, how you're fathering. I'm getting a lot of inquiring minds. That phrase in particular, a lot of inquiring minds. So you have a lot of people that are very, very curious about the energy that you're in right now. And a lot of it has to do because there was someone that was saying things that they should not have been saying, because they swore up and down that you would be in bad health. Such bad health to where something could be chalked up as, yeah, they just unalived themselves. It's like they wanted that you be in that energy. 1441. They wanted you to be in such bad energy, like mentally, to where, hypothetically speaking, you would be in that position to where if you were that low about yourself and that your environment, your life, whatever, you would unalive yourself. And that would be, no one would be none the wiser if they were to take that next step upon themselves, upon your life. And they could just be like, oh yeah, they couldn't handle life anymore. They unalived themselves, right? And because you were visibly seen in that energy, people would be like, oh yeah, you're right. They had to be. It had to be. A murder? It can't be. They were definitely in that place where they wanted it to be believable. Alright, but you're not in that energy. Okay, you're not in that energy. So someone has to recant something that they said about you. They have to take it back. And it's very concerning because it's like, well, we believed what you were saying, and now you have to take it back. This is not a game. Some gift in reverse. It's like someone has to give something back too. It's like by them telling the truth, something is being taken from them. Right? I feel like they try to take the gift of life away from you. Here, listen. Okay, you know what? Hold on. So yeah, the gift of life, someone tried to take that away from you. Your greatest gift of all is life. Okay, that's a gift. Someone tried to take that from you, to walk in your footsteps, walk in your gifts, walk in your blessings. Take your blessings, take your abundance, okay? High honor, because you are someone of high honor. Alright, this card came out earlier, but in the reverse. So that was kind of like the whole plan. A mature woman. You could be this mature woman, or there was a mature woman that had this plot ploy and plan against you, right? But they had to do, like, they were trying to get the words to manifest the worst for you, right? And it had to do with your bad health. I feel like this is, I said this earlier in earlier reading, psychological warfare, all right? Getting you to believe the worst about yourself, the spirit of anxiety, the spirit of depression, the spirit of negativity, blah, 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 all those things, right? But that's not your energy. So whatever this, if you are this mature woman, it didn't work. If there was a mature woman that was trying to do this because you are a person of high honor and you were meant to live a life of gifts and blessings, that's why they were doing this. They were trying to lie on you to get that to manifest, right? So that you can be in that low point visibly, so that way when they wanted to take you out to get your blessings, no one would be, people would be none the wiser. They would just be like, oh yeah, it was an unaliving attempt, right? So that's that. You'd be surprised how often people try to paint the sane and the blessed as crazy and depressed, so that way, you know, you see it all the time when it comes with like inheritances and money and things like that, right? That's why it's always important, you know, when it comes, I feel like, oh my gosh, I just felt like I had to throw up. Oh, there's like something in the back of my throat. You'd be surprised how often people, it's very important, right, to make it clear when you are signing contracts and documents. It's very important to make it clear that you are of sound mind. Especially that's why when wills are being done and made, okay, like for example, this one perfect example, thank you. This one show that I was watching, the woman, she was like a black widow, and she wanted the inheritance. She wanted all the money, all of it, right? She didn't care that the firstborn son, the original son, would be left with nothing. She wanted all to go to her child, who wasn't even the biological child of the man, okay? So what she was doing is she was making concoctions. I think it was like by Wolf of Spain or something. She was like doing something with the roots of it, simmering it, boiling it, and making like a poison out of it. And then she was also blinding the father, right? And because he was so blind, and she like had a bunch of other people, like the lawyer who was there to notarize the will, and then other witnesses that are supposed to be there, right? She had paid them and basically was telling them to, the father was under the impression that the will was going to leave everything to his son. He made that very clear, that he wanted everything, all his assets, the company, the money, to go to his biological child, his only biological child, right? But she had done something in the background, right? Not only was she messing with his eyesight to where he was like blind, But she also paid the lawyers and the witnesses, right, to change the will, and all the husband had to do was sign it off, right? He had to sign off on the will, and the only reason why he signed off on the will is because the lawyer and the other witnesses, they told him that the will says everything is going to be left to your son, but what it actually really said was everything is going to be left to his stepson and the wife, right? But she had everyone, right? Anyway, she ended up getting found out. She ended up going to jail, and everybody who wasn't on it, they got caught, right? And the son ended up unaliving himself because he couldn't hold down to the weight of everything that he knew, right? So, I don't know. But your health is good. Woohoo! Right? So, who cares about what happens to them? But anyway, so I'm getting like something, whatever was said about you, right, is a lie. Was a lie. Is a lie. Because your health is good. And your family dynamic or your home is fine. Your stability is good. I'm going to get 6 to 8. That's a new one. 6, 7, 8. Well, I was saying a joke in my dream last night, and I was laughing so hard. What was it? It was something... It was that. It was so stupid and corny. Why was 6 to 37? Because 7, 8, 9. And for some reason, I was just laughing so hard. I just thought that was the funniest thing ever. Oh my gosh. Take a second look at your friends and families. Wow. So with this family room on the fence, there could be people that you considered friends or family that they want you to be stagnant. They are trying to, or they try to get you to be in bad health, but it didn't work. These could be people that are continuously, that are still trying to get you in bad health, to manifest this, because they want to take your gift. Whether this is the gift of life, an inheritance, monies, materials, they want to take a gift from you. So I think it's wise. It would be wise for you to take a second look at your friends and family, right? Because there is a group of people that want you to be in bad health, and I feel like these are people that are stuck. This might actually be a continuation of earlier's reading, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, these could be people that you feel you gotta ask yourself, do I feel comfortable or do I feel safe? Those are two very different things. Do I feel comfortable or do I feel safe? Right? So when you're taking a second look at these people around you, ask yourself that. Do I feel comfortable or do I feel safe? Do I feel comfortable, like, do I not want to start new friendships because they already know me and I already know them and I already know their ways, and yes, they try to sabotage me and backstab me, but that's just who they are, and I have to fight my way, and blah, blah, they're always going to be that way, they're never going to change. That's comfortability, right? Or do you feel safe, where you can freely tell them what your goals, wishes, and dreams are without fear of repercussions, blockages, stagnation, theft, joy, killers, whatever the case it is. It's raining. I just watered the plants. Whatever. Okay, so ask yourself that. Do you feel comfortable or do you feel safe? Comfortable is, like, there's nothing wrong with comfortable. Like, I feel like in this situation it would be like, it's just some people get too comfortable where they don't want to start over, and sometimes it's necessary, right? Because are you going to have that friendship for the rest of your life where you feel like you can't tell them because you know if you tell them they're going to psych you out, gaslight you, or block you, or try and steal from you, trying to, right? And you know that's how they are. So are you going to be like, well, that's just how they are, so I'm just not going to tell them anything? Are you going to be that way, or just be like, well, why am I going to keep that person around when I have a whole soul tribe over there that is willing to support me in whatever way I need to be supported? All right, so you need to look. Just look. Just look. Proverbs 23:9, 2 cards came out, actually. Do not speak in the hearing of a fool, for he will despise the wisdom of your words. You can't tell these people anything. I just said that. The second card is Energy Vampire. I just said this. I just said all this. See? Energy Vampire. Do not speak in the hearing of a fool, for he will despise the wisdom of your words. You can't tell these people anything. You tell these people good news, and they'll retort back with something like, oh, but what if, are you sure? Well, be careful, blah, blah. Like, okay. Now, there's a difference between, you know, hearing that from a place of genuine concern, which is, you know, but at the same time, if it's like constant, like if it's something like, oh, I just won $5 off a scratch off, right? And they're just like, oh, well, must be nice. Like, you're really getting jealous of a $5 off a scratch off? These are people that are, they steal the joy of good news, good energy, excitement. They steal the joy. You can't tell them anything good, right? You'll tell them, oh my god, I just won a brand new car. And they're just like, oh, congrats. That's nice. Like, what? I'm never telling you anything again. That's crazy. That's how you're going to react? Right? And now you're going to end up feeling some type of way. Like, dang, should I not have won that car? You see what I mean? That's the whole... No. Yes, you should have won that car. No, you should not have told them. Okay? These are people, stop telling them things, right? It may be hard to do because you're so excited and you're expecting people to be excited for you too. But not everybody is, okay? So that's just something to keep in mind. You have a whole soul tribe up there that is like, oh my god, you won a car? Oh my god, here, have this for your car. Right? You're like, oh my god, yeah, I did. Right? So there's a really big difference. You have people that you might consider that you're, you might consider them as your friends and family, but they don't see you as that. What they see you as competition. They see you as getting in the way of their gifts, their blessings. They see you as the one, okay, so I have to beat them. That's where I have to be. That's who I have to get out the way. Right? These could be the same people that are trying to get you ill. These are the same people that are trying to lie on you, trying to manifest bad things on you. But I keep getting like there's one person in particular that did the most. You know what, too? I feel like there's something sad about this because these could be people that you considered, like, you genuinely cared for these people, but they're seeing you as a competition, as, like, a nuisance in the way of their blessings. Or, like, they can't amount to... That's... Jesus. 1, 2... You're going... Oh. Keep going, you're almost there. Alright, so whatever you're doing, keep doing it because you're making waves, you're doing things. Alright, you're obviously, you must be doing something right because you're being supported. You're being, keep going, you got this, by the divine, alright? Also, karmic family, and then family room on the fence, and then take a second look at your friends and family. Yeah, these are people that you consider to be family, whether blood or not. But these people do not see you as family. They see you as competition. They see you as like, oh, if they're getting that, what am I getting? Well, if they're getting that, what can I get? That's how they're seeing it. They're not seeing you as like, you got this, go. No, they're seeing you as, okay, well, when's my turn? What about me? What can I have? Which is kind of messed up because it's like, I'm not telling you this so you can compete. I'm not telling you I want a brand new car so you can like feel negative or feel some type of way, but they can't help it. That's who they are, right? They're seeing your blessings as, okay, well, what do I have to do to get that? How can I, well, that's not fair. I want that. That's how they're seeing that. That's how they're seeing you, okay? Don't tell them anything, okay? Do not speak in the hearing of a fool, for he will despise the wisdom of your words. And you could be very intelligent and very wise. They don't like that either, right? Because if they know that you're wise, they know that you're going to be able to sniff out the lies that they be telling you. I need your cup. They know that, like, they can't fool you because you're wise. You're too smart for that. And they don't like that. Here. Wait, where's the putty? Can I see it? Here, you take that.
Oh, no.
Well, drink it. It's going to spill. Take your apadas. Alright, so that's that. 2, 4, 5. Keep going, you're almost there. 2, 4, 5. Let me get 3 more. There's something weird, like there's something about these people that are trying to like integrate themselves in your circle or trying to confuse you. Ooh, oh my god. I just got like a sharp pain in my head. They're trying to like confuse you so that way you would see them as like kin or family or friends. You would see them as confidants, like you would see them as like very, like you would hold them in a high position in your life, but you're too smart for that. You're wise. You know that these people kind of ain't shit. And it's sad to say because it's funny, they want you to see them as what they're not, but you can't. It's like once you've seen them as foe, you can't unsee that. You know that they're energy vampires. Nightly prayers. I would suggest praying to have these people revealed to you, and they will be. 2, 4, 6. I'll get 2 more. Don't let them get you out of character. So whoever this official person in reverse is, they want to argue with you, they want to fight with you, they want to bait you to get a public reaction. I feel like it's to justify some lies that they were saying about you. I feel like it's to get you caught up or in jail to call the cops on you. 2 came out, so I'm going to take them. Being spiritually watched, and then Star Child. So I feel like my phone is like going off, and it's raining. I feel like you could be this Star Child, and they were trying to watch what you have. But it's funny because the people that are watching you are being watched. They just don't feel like it's fair. How come I'm not a Star Child? When am I going to be a Star Child? Why can't I get that? What do you mean? Like, why are you mad at someone else's blessings? Like, look inside your bowl first. And if there's nothing in your bowl, go figure out why. Don't be looking at someone else's bowl. Why do they have that? You're going to be saying that for the rest of your life? Why do they have that? Go mind your business. And these are the same people that are trying to confuse you so that way you would see them as friends, family members, allies, but they're not. They're not that. They're energy vampires. They just want to suck all the joy out of your life. Right? You can't even tell them you won $5 off a scratch off because they're going to be like, oh, must be nice. Looks like you're going to be able to have that cup of coffee after all. Like, what? You're getting weird about a $5 win scratch off? Like, what's your problem? You're negative Nancy? So that's who you're dealing with, right? That's who this person is. That's who these people are, right? For some of you, you know who they are. You know who this person is. I'm getting a Queen of Pentacles reverse. This is someone who's comparing what they don't have with what you have, and they're getting mad because they don't know what you have. Because they don't know what you have, they can't compare what they have to what you have. Because you're not dumb. You're not gonna go, I got this, right? You're not doing that. So they really feel some type of way. They feel some type of way because they know you have something, but they don't know what you have. Okay? But they also feel some type of way because they don't know what you have and they can't compare. This is someone who wants to compete with you, but they cannot compete where they don't compare. And that's the one thing they cannot do. They cannot compare. They don't know how to. And it's like, who said you can? Why are you trying to? Look inside your bowl first. This is someone that wants to compete with you. They cannot. 7 of Swords reversed. You know... You know who this is. You know what they're doing. You know what's going on. Right? The 7 of Swords reverse, on top of the don't let them get you out of character, next to official person reverse, you know this person, you know what they're trying to do. You know what they're trying to do. You see the truth of the matter. You see that they're just being shady. They're doing weird things. That they're just trying to like bait you to get you out of character, so they can feel some type of way. I keep getting Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles energy seems to be very like stable, right? Calm, cool, collected, stable, right? But if this is the Queen of Pentacles reverse, right, they could be seen as very emotionally unstable, all over the place. Finances a mess, stability a mess, and they're supposed to be the Queen of Pentacles, the pinnacle, the ideology of stability, financial success, financial stability, resourceful, right? They're supposed to be the ideal version of that. But if they're a Queen of Pentacles in reverse, they're not that, right? This is like a very chaotic, aggressive, emotionally unstable earth sign, okay? So that right there, they're right there. If they are an earth sign, right? I'm just using that as an example because I keep seeing the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. They are doing their sign in injustice, and they feel some type of way because they're supposed to be the one with the reputation, the stability, the money, the finances, the calm, cool, collected, the level-headedness, the one that's reliable, the one that's stable, the one that's sturdy. But they're not seen as that, okay? So that could be they're just trying to compete with the image. Official person reverse. That right there is telling me you ain't shit. You're not a reliable person. I cannot rely on you. If I need help, I cannot call on you. You don't even know how to wield your sword. That's an official person reverse. Alright? So they're not living up to the title that either they gave themselves or they want to be. I'm hearing, don't play in my face. That's what I'm hearing. But you know, if someone is trying to do that, you know with the Seven of Swords reverse. You know what they're doing. You know the manipulations. You know the tricks. You know the shadiness. You know the sneakiness. You see it. You know it. You know that they're only doing that to get you out of character. Right? You know that they're only trying to make you feel some type of way so you can like either confront them or talk about the situation or talk about them or ask other people or do this. Whatever it is I don't know why the collective is doing that because that's what they want. But you're not doing any of that. And it's getting them more amped up and more amped up and more unstable and more angry and more frustrated and more impatient. Because you're not doing anything. You're not getting out of character. You could care less. This person wants to make you feel some type of way emotionally. So that way you be like, so, are you mad? Do you feel some type, what's going on, right? And they're going to be like, they're going to chew you out. And that's they're doing. That's the whole game. This is someone who you might consider to be a friend or family. They are not. They don't see you as that. They don't see you. That's why you need to take a second look. And you can't tell this person anything. Okay? I'm also getting this person could come. If they're not in your karmic family. Everyone has good and bad karmic family. Or good karmic members. And, oh my gosh. Bad karmic family members. And then you have good family members. Okay? If this is someone that is not in your karmic side of the family, they come from a lineage of karmic family members. Their bloodline has a lot of karmic debt in it. Alright? And they feel some type of way. They feel some type of way because they have to like cleanse or break this curse and lineage and blah blah. And they haven't done that. Right? They don't even know where to start. And they're looking at you trying to compete and compare because you seem so free, so unbothered, so blessed. You're the star child, right? Now, if they come from a karmic lineage, it's just go clean up your line. Go clean it up. That's all you have to do. Right? But this is someone who also is like, they're confused as to where to start or what to do or how to do it. And I feel like that makes them freeze like a deer in headlights. They're so confused. 396. They're so confused on like what to do, how to start, that they just shut down and they're like they feel some type of they feel some type of way about you. Jesus Christ. Whew. 4 of Cups upright on the bottom of the deck. That's not your energy. Because what is it that you have to feel unhappy about? Bad health reverse, and you're being supported. You keep going, you're almost there. That is your energy. That's it. That's all that's here for you. Which is good. That's you minding your business. But you have this person that's in the 4 of Cups energy that they really feel some type of way because they can't fool you into thinking they are an official person upright. Okay, they cannot fool you because you see that they're trying to do this. You see they're trying to get you out of character. You cannot fool me. I see that you're not a real person. You're not a legitimate person. You're not a legit friend, a legit family member. You're not a real, individual to me. You're not a real ally to me. I see that. I see you're just placed here to get me out of character, to get me locked up and blah, 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 blah. All that stuff, right? So you're wise. And that's another thing that they hate. Like I said, they despise the wisdom of your words. They cannot fool you. And this is a person that has been saying a lot of things that now, oh wait, well, I didn't really mean it like that. You didn't mean it like that. But you swore on the Bible in court. Judgment, upright. Okay? Judgment is being called upon everybody on board. Right? And I also feel like that's another thing that they don't like about the situation. I feel like earth signs, they rely on reputation. They like to have an allure, an identity, a status, a title, a reputation. It's very important to earth signs, okay? So think about it like this. This person, if they are an earth sign, I'm just saying that because I keep getting heavy earth sign. If this person is an earth sign, okay? And they try to build up a reputation by making you seem unstable, crazy, unreliable, catty, distrustful, disingenuous, blah, 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 right? They try to see that. They try to say that, right? They try to build up their reputation because that's how they are seen. So they try to say that about you. It's really bothering them. And not so much about the fact that they're getting caught up in their lies, but the fact that people are now seeing them differently, right? Reputation is very, very important to earth signs. Particularly Capricorn, okay? Their reputation is very, very important. And if this person is being seen, well, don't tell that person anything because they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're doing. They said this and this and this. You can't rely on them. Excuse me. That's something that really terrifies them, right? Because they having a reputation, a title, a position means that they belong, they matter. And for someone who comes from a karmic lineage, listen, you're going to be my readings. I'm going to peel you back like an onion, okay? And for someone who comes back from a karmic line of lineage family members whose reputations aren't that good, so this obviously, and this is the earth sign, it matters to them. Yes, it does. It matters to them. They want to be seen as some upstanding, outstanding character in society, but come to find out they're not. So this is someone that they would rather hide their face because that person ain't shit versus, it's not about the lies I told, it's about the reputation that they just destroyed by trying to come after you. That's their judgment. Being seen for who they are. Okay? Being seen for who they are terrifies them the most. Okay? What people think about them is really important to them. And right now, it's like, you want to recant your statement? Okay, it's very concerning. The thing that they were saying is very concerning. But that's not your problem. Okay, I'm just telling you this because the energy is in my reading. And I feel like the only reason why it's in my reading is because they want to peer into your side. No. Come here. They want to know more about you.
Why?
Because
I want to be a pretty girl.
Baby, you're always a pretty girl. You're a beautiful, pretty girl. But you're going to leave this outfit on.
But I want to be a princess.
Baby, you're a princess all the time.
This is not a princess dress.
I know it's not. You can wear a princess dress later or tomorrow.
I don't want to be a girl.
So anyways, kids, man, you cannot argue with them. They have such big emotions, right? You just have to treat them with such delicate care because they don't even understand half the time, right? They don't know how to manage their big emotions. So So yeah. Okay. So whoever this person is, they thought their reputation was going to change by doing this to you. This could be a Capricorn masculine. I feel like you were always being watched, though. Being spiritually watched, Star Child, you were always being watched. Even as a child, you were always being watched, always being protected. Okay? This person wants to communicate with you. This could be a real... Because I said Queen of Pentacles reverse, right? But I'm also getting a Capricorn masculine. This could be a real bitchy man. Likes to gossip. Likes to hang out with women, toxic women. Cares about their reputation. Cares about what people think about them. Cares about money. Is obsessed with the wrong things. Got their priorities messed up. And if they're a father with that Capricorn energy, they're not a good father. Right? They're not the outstanding father that they claim to be or they pretend to be. Right? Or they want people to see them as. Right? Whoever this person is, whatever titles that they have, they could be a father, they're just not a good father. They could be a manager, they're not a good manager. They could be a CEO, they're not a good CEO. They could be whatever title they have, it's just, it doesn't mean anything because they don't hold up to that, the level that's required, like the standard. Okay, it doesn't mean anything. When they're holding the title, it doesn't mean anything. And I hate to say that, especially Capricorns are like the father, okay? And if they are a father, they're not really doing a good job of that. So, that sounds messed up to say. But, I'm going to say it again. If they are a father, they don't, that title to them, it's not impressive. You see other fathers, wow, he's a good father, wow, what an amazing father, right? But this person, it's like, there's just something about the title that they hold. It's just not, because they're holding it, it doesn't mean anything. It's worthless. It's no value to it. There's no value. Okay? That's the title. That's what it is. And it's because they're not a good person. They're not a good person. Right? How does it feel to have a title and that title is worth nothing? That means nothing. You hold no value to the title that you hold. Right? Like the words that come out of your mouth, they don't mean anything anymore. This is the same person that stood in the court of law or in front of a bunch of people, whatever, saying XYZ about you. Right? And now they're like, oh, well, actually, but didn't you swear up and down? You even swore on the Bible. You swore on God. You swore on your children. You swore on your mother. You swore on this. You swore on that. That the collective was X, Y, Z, A, B, C, E, F, G, blah, blah, blah. All the things that you swore. And now they're not. You see? This, even the words, is nothing. It means nothing. The word means nothing. Hermits, upright. I feel like this is your energy. You're a very wise individual. And I feel like you decided to isolate yourself from a group of family members, friends, family members. You decided to isolate yourself and go within. And prayed. Worked on your health. As you should. Bad health reverse, you did what you had to do. Yes. Where'd you get that?
Because I did my lipstick.
It's pretty, I like it.
I made that. Now I gotta do my eyes.
Okay. See, now she's in a good mood now. So yeah, your health is good. You isolated. And this is like by choice. Like you just stepped aside. If you knew this person was gonna say this and do that and do this and do that, you knew this person was gonna make a fool of themselves. All they have to do is just be themselves. That's who they are. Now imagine that when you don't have to do anything because you know the rotten fruit will fall by itself. So you did nothing. You went in hermit mode. You stepped to the side. Okay? You stepped to the side and you let this person bring themselves down because that's who they are. Right? And they did that. They did that. Right? That was their judgment. They were so focused on their reputation that they were willing to bring you down. They brought themselves down. Right? Because you stepped to the side. You got out of the way. You went into hermit mode. You you illuminated the light between this energy vampire, these karmic family members, these people, these friends and family. You illuminated some sort of light. Some light was shown to you. Right? With nightly praise and the hermit is facing these cards over here. You saw who these people were. You know what's interesting too? I had a dream when I was at camp. I had a bunch of dreams at camp. But I had one dream that was very, very interesting to me. And I had this dream that I caught this huge, massive, thick, like snake. I caught it. And I was barbecuing I was barbecuing this massive snake. It was on the grill. Okay? So whoever this person was to you, who was like your biggest enemy, who tried to be your biggest friend, right? You caught them. You seen them. And they're frying in their own hell. I'm telling you, this thing was massive. And I was just barbecuing it on the grill. Right? I was barbecuing it. I felt pretty good too. So yeah. It was who this person really was. It was illuminated to you. Oh well. Tis what it is. Yeah, this is like your biggest hater. This someone. Okay, that's why I've been getting that. Okay, this is someone that can have a tick. Okay, so pay attention to that. A neurological tick, which is basically like fast blinking or tapping. Let me look up examples so you have an idea. But I feel like this is someone that has like a neurological tick. In particular, someone that blinks a lot. A neurological tick refers to a movement or sound that a person makes involuntarily, often associated with neurological conditions like Tourette syndrome or tic disorders. But it's not as big as Tourette's. It's just like the one I'm getting in my mind's eye is someone who blinks a lot. Like they're just like they blink hard. Okay, such as eye blinking, head jerking, or facial grimacing. Involve sounds like throat clearing, grunting, or repeating words. Jesus. Brief, sudden, and repetitive movements or sounds. Those are the simple tics. Motor tics are the eye blinking. The vocal tics are like the grunting or the repeating words or throat clearing. The simple tics would be like brief, sudden, and repetitive movements or sounds. And then the more complex tics are the more elaborate patterned movements or sequences of sounds. But I'm getting, this is like a motor tic. Okay, with the eye blinking. This is someone who blinks fast and hard randomly. Okay, whoever this is, they have a neurological tick, and it's crazy. And I'm not trying to judge anybody, but you shouldn't be like worried about your own health. So this putty's really cool because there's like a black light that goes with it, and you can like write in the putty with the light. It's really cool. I think it's really cool. So yeah. Excuse me. We have the Eight of Pentacles on the fence. I feel like you were, your fate was always decided for you. So the difference between you and this person, right? With you being the Star Child collective, I just seen 5445, is that, and I say this all the time, you're here for a purpose, right? And that purpose is to contribute something to the world, to life, to the future generations, right? And you're here to contribute something, to give something, right? Using the gift of light, the gift of love, the gift of life as well. Light, life, love, right? You're helping to contribute something for the future. Okay? That's whoever this person is. They don't want to contribute. They want to receive. They want to take. They want to have. Well, that's not fair. I want that. Well, that's not fair, right? And on top of that, they want reputation. They want to be seen as an official person in reverse, but they do nothing with that title. Let's say, for example, this is a father figure. They want to be seen as an amazing father of the year, but they don't even know how to change a diaper, or they don't even call their children, or they're not even they're very neglectful, or whatever the case it is, right? Mother, father, whatever. This is someone who wants the titles, the reputation, the accolades, the success, the recognition that comes with these titles, but in their hands, these titles are of no value. They're worthless. They mean nothing because they don't know. They don't know how to be a good father. They don't know how to be a good manager. They don't know how to be a good boss. They don't know how to be a good friend. They don't know how to live in life and love and have faith, right? They don't know how to laugh. This is an energy vampire. All they do is take. That's all they do. That's all they do. They don't contribute. They take. That's the very big difference between you and this person. And with the Eight of Pentacles on the fence, you know how to contribute. This person really tried to play on your character because their character is nothing. It's worthless, right? I'm not saying forever. I'm just saying with the person that's like an energy vampire. What is what? What are you gonna what? What's your worth? What is your worth? What is your value? What are you contributing? What are you bringing to the table? All right, because an inflated ego is nothing. It's not gonna do. That's not gonna get you the seat that you want. You got the seat, and then now what? Do you know how to rule with the power that you were given? No. That's why it's worthless in their hands. It means nothing. That's crazy because you are the complete opposite, collective. You're being supported. You know how to contribute. You know how to keep going. You know how to give. You know how to withstand. Right? This person wants to get you out of character. You see that. You know that. Your health is good. That's crazy. That's crazy that this person... There's something about reputation. They rely on their reputation. It's like they want to be seen as something that they're not. And people are just like, are you really that though? And I think that's the most embarrassing thing of all for this person. Because they can't play pretend anymore. This is the biggest pretender, the greatest showman ever. Okay? This is someone who lives to play pretend and nobody wants to play with him. And that's why they want to hide. That's why they want to talk to you. That's why they want to go out a different route and do this and try a different avenue. That's why. Not because they got caught lying, but because they got caught pretending to be someone and something that they are not. And again, reputation. Very important for earth signs. Right? They need that. They rely on, that good reputation, that good health, that good standing, how people see them, how people view them. Right? And when they don't have that, if they're in their south node, that's the world to them. That's the world to them. They can't function without a good reputation. Seven of Pentacles upright. A lot of earth energy here, man. I'm telling you. Jesus. You're not investing in whoever this person is. You're working on yourself. Investing in yourself. We got Virgo energy with the Hermit. We got Taurus energy with the Seven of Pentacles. Virgo again. Aquarius. You know what? Pluto for Judgment. Fire energy. This person wants to know what you're planning, what you're doing, what you're looking at. They want to know, if you bought a scratch-off ticket. Did you win anything? What did you win? But you're not saying anything. Right? They want to know, did you win that car? What kind of car did you get? Did you win that money? What kind of gift did you get? What kind of money did you get? How much money did you get? Right? There's something really big here about currency. This person could want to exchange energy, but it's really, I just seen 59, 56, but it's really, they just want to, they know you're, for an energy vampire collective, you are the ideal source. Okay? But if you don't give them access, they're like, oh my god, right? So this is what this person is. This person is an energy vampire. They're trying to, they want you to be comfortable. Like, yes, of course, let me let you into my life. Let me tell you. But you're being told, do not speak in the hearing of a fool, for he would despise the wisdom of your words. Don't tell this person anything. They want to feed off of your good nature, your positivity, your light, your source, your energy, your finances, your mental health, your good health, right? They want you to invest into them. Don't invest in your health. Invest into them. You investing in your health is what's making sure that you stay in good health, right? Your health is good. They want you to invest in them. This person's sick. I don't know about physically sick, but I do think this person's like mentally sick. And I'm not talking about the neurological tick. That's just something separate. Okay? But I think this person is in a very bad place mentally. Right? Because I feel like that's a backfire because they were trying to manifest that negative mental place onto you. And it's backfiring onto them. What they wanted for you to get you out of the way, to get something from you, to get your gift of life, to get your gift of blessing, to get your gift of whatever. They were trying to manifest you to be in that place, that way they can kind of swoop in at the last minute and then be like, oh yeah, it was an attempted unaliving. This person, they're not doing good mentally. Last card. It's just like, wow, come out. Queen of Cups upright. Baby. And the Six of Swords upright on the bottom of the deck. See? So you're the Queen of Cups upright, and you get to move on. Also, Eight of Pentacles on the fence also represents rebirth. Yes, my love. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. So yeah, Queen of Cups upright with spiritually watch, star, child, judgment, Eight of Pentacles on the fence. I feel like you could be this Queen of Cups. Doesn't matter your sign. You could be King of Cups, Queen of Cups. It doesn't matter, bro. It's just the fact that, yes, baby.
Wait, can you fix it?
Give it here. You're just the complete opposite of this person. You know how to be nurturing, live in love and life, and enjoy life, and be emotionally present and emotionally aware. You have your priorities. This person obviously does not. And the Queen of Cups, like, the Queen of Cups is like a really good, she's like the sweetest mom ever, right? Okay? And this Queen of Cups is very intuitive as well. So, you know, I'm also getting that paired with the Seven of Swords reversed from the Don't Let Them Get You Out of Character. Because you're the Queen of Cups, you can see that this person just wants to get you out of character. They don't mean you any good, like, intentions, alright? You know that they're an energy vampire. You have a higher perspective of things, so you can literally look down and see what's going on the chessboard below, right? But, unfortunately, this person is just a pawn. And pawns are usually the first ones to go out on chess. I'm not a queen of chess person, by the way. I know how to play chess, but I'm not the best in chess. Okay? But, this person also feels some type of way because you always get to go first or something like that. Because in chess, the white goes first. Always. That's the universal thing. Like, white goes first. So this person feels like there's something that's not fair because they feel like you went first, or you get to go first, or you're doing something first, or you're the first one to do something. Whatever. That's of no concern to you because that's not your feeling. Okay? If they feel some type of way, they feel some type of way. But you have a bright future ahead of you. You get to move on with the Six of Swords upright. And that Aquarius energy, your future is intact. and you get to celebrate with the Three of Cups upright, that Cancer energy as well. Like, this is, you're truly happy, truly successful, truly at peace. Okay, and if this is like a false father that was trying to come for a mother figure, like, you're not, this is not a game that you want to play. But unfortunately, they're trying to play it, so whatever consequences happens to them is what happens to them. That's, you know, you could be screaming and crying in front of me, and I'm sorry to that man, but I don't know who that is. Bye.